Alright, so I normally don't really talk about, videos like this, with rumor and whatnot. Well, I do kind of talk about some rumor, but this one's more like speculation. This is more speculation than anything else. I don't even know what to call it, but yeah. So if you don't know, basically Samuel L. Jackson talked about how he'd like to have his character Mace Windu from the, come back, and Lucasfilms really supports that idea. However, Disney's like, that ain't happening. Now, the big thing is that Samuel L. Jackson cited how a lot of characters who fall from great heights survive, and he even cited, Darth Maul came back multiple times. What the fuck am I? Mace Windu can come back, right? And while some of the novelization of Revenge of the Sith do kind of really touch further into Mace Windu's death, you could argue at the same time that it could be possible. It could be a possibility that you could have Mace Windu return in some form. And the best place to do that is probably Star Wars Rebels. Now, for Star Wars Rebels, they've obviously done, the big thing with why we haven't seen a lot of the prequel stuff mentioned in Star Wars is because Disney has been very anti-prequel, which I don't blame them. As much as I like Revenge of the Sith, it's not, there are still flaws with that movie, and the prequel trilogy's not, the greatest thing ever, so yeah, that's kind of the thing, is that, I can understand why they're kind of not really trying to support a lot of the prequel stuff, but at the same time, it looks like, Star Wars Rebels is the exclusion to that. We do get to see stuff from the prequels in here, and we get to see a few other things from the Legends canon, so I think it could be possible if you're going to put it, and of course Dave Filoni loves to put little stuff such as this into the Star Wars canon, in the Star Wars Rebels canon, and the big thing with this is that I think it would be interesting to see a story of Mace Windu. I think it would be kind of cool. Granted, Mace Windu is not a great character in the films, but if you've ever read like the comics or you read the Star Wars novel Shatterpoint, then he's a lot cooler than even though he's played by Samuel L. Jackson. That character is written so wooden. I feel bad for Jackson. I'm glad he had fun doing the film. But yeah, Mace Windu's not a character in the films I really enjoy. Comics, however, I'm like, oh yeah, he's kind of cool. Still not one of my favorite Jedi, but he's not in the top 10. I don't hate him outright. And yeah, in the extended universe, they make Mace Windu, along with a lot of other characters, way cooler. Obviously, the creator of Vapaad, Mace Windu walks the line of both light and dark. Hence the purple lightsaber. Even though, the real reason why he has a purple lightsaber is because Samuel L. Jackson literally asked if he could have a purple lightsaber. And thus, the canon of, now purple lightsabers mean you walk the path of light and dark. Yeah. That's kind of the thing. Anyway. But let's just have a little fun here. If they brought back Mace Windu in some form of Star Wars Rebels, how would that be done? Now, here's how I would do having Mace Windu in Star Wars Rebels. Here's how I would do it. My idea is that Mace has been incognito since the fall of the rebellion. He barely survived, his encounter with Anakin and Sidious. And now he's just, he managed to escape off-world, and due to his injuries, he wasn't able to help during the events of Order 66. And after everything, he's now become completely depressed. He's forlorn. He no longer has his he doesn't necessarily have his lightsaber. He's now got a mechanical hand. He's got a prosthetic robot hand now. And now he's more or less living like a bum. He's escaped Coruscant, and now he's living like one of the Outer Rim territories. His connection to the Force is gone. Shatterpoint's gone. He's losing his connection to the Shatterpoint. And he has, he's quintessentially given up. And it's only by just sheer luck that Ahsoka and the rest of the Rebels are like, well, Ahsoka's still on that, the not, the not Revan planet that was blown up. But yeah, she's still on Malachor. But yeah, the rebels can just, come across Mace Windu, and they're like, holy shit, you're alive! And you could be like, you're Mace Windu! And Mace can be like, I used to be. So, how, it would basically be like Mace Windu kind of, he's pretty much done. He is done with everything. The Republic he fought and bled for, and many of his Jedi brothers and sisters were killed for, turned out to be an evil empire, and yeah, they were backstabbed in the end. The war was pointless, and yeah, the person who was supposed to be the chosen one took his fucking hand, and the Chancellor that he was supposed to protect turned out to be the most horrible Sith Lord ever. So, Mace is, if you were to put Mace in Rebels, he would be at a very dark place. He would be, not necessarily like a Sith Lord, he's more like, I'm done, I've given up, I'm done. But this would be, I would have it like it's a story of Mace getting his, finding himself again, of Mace Windu finding himself one more, and getting ready for that big fight, once again. And maybe even teach Ezra Vapaad. That would be kind of cool. Ezra doesn't really have a style. Really, it's more like as far as I know, he doesn't really have a style to himself. So maybe what would be kind of cool is have Mace Windu teach him Vapaad, but it totally blows up in his face as it always does. Because every time Mace Windu is taught the Vapaad style to his apprentices, they always go to the dark side. They always become dark Jedi, and because the thing with Vapaad is that you have to let your the dark side in once you use this attack. It's a very physical, very powerful form, but it can corrupt you easily. Hey, Mace has even the other creator of the form alongside Mace, Sora Bulk, also fell to its corruption. And of course, we all know how that went if you've read the Clone Wars comics. But yeah, I think it would be cool, like Mace, teaches Ezra the form, and yeah, it once again, it blows up in his fucking face once again when Ezra goes further into the dark side, and now he's now a master practitioner of Vapaad. Yeah. So, and yeah, I don't know if I would have Mace Windu a lot in this series, because apparently Rebels Season 3 is going to be in, it's going to have some connection to, apparently, Rogue One. It's going to have a lot of connection to Rogue One, as well as what's going to happen in the, Force Awakens. Season 3 is going to be very focused on those two movies, apparently. So, yeah, maybe they can have, maybe a one-and-done episode, or maybe a two-part. Yeah, let's have a two-parter. If you were to put Mace Windu anywhere in Star Wars, put him in Rebels, have him have a two-part episode, and I know Samuel L. Jackson wants to, play the character once again. And yeah, you had Liam Neeson for a good amount of episodes in Clone Wars, Filoni. So if you at least do a two-parter with Mace Windu, just have Sam Jackson in there and have him voice the character. He voiced Mace Windu in the Clone Wars animated film. So yeah, just have him. Just ask him if he wants to be played in a two-parter and complete. I guess you could say, do that kind of story. I guess, I don't know. Anyway, so you guys tell me, do you guys want Mace Windu back in any way? Do you want him? Do you think Mace Windu should still be alive, or do you think they should keep him dead? And if so, if he comes back, what is your idea for where he should come back? Like anywhere, namely Rebels. How do you think he should come back, and what should his story be? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.